In 1604, during the Golden Age of Spain, Francisco de Quevedo Villegas escribió su obra España defendida. En esa obra llamó la atención al malestar que penetraba las relaciones diplomáticas hispano-inglesas. Quevedo indicó que la propaganda y los conceptos erróneos estaban arraigados profundamente en su saber popular de la Europa protestante. Over 300 years later, in 1914, another Spanish intellectual, Julian Juderías, observed the anti-Spanish misconceptions had continued to develop unabated long after their usefulness as propaganda had been served. Juderías argued that anti-Spanish, indeed, and anti-Hispanic distortions in both Europe and the Americas constituted a legión negra, a black legion. 60 years after Juderías had continued the phrase black legion, academics in the United States responding to civil rights movements and Chicano movement sought to understand historical anti-Hispanic attitudes which had continued to affect public policies at home and foreign relations with Spain and Latin America. They continue, and the Black legend had resulted in beliefs that Hispanics were inherently evil. The centuries-old anti-Spanish propaganda had developed a voyeuristic nature of its own with far-reaching effects and had created false stereotypes of Hispanics. Drawings such as this from mid-1500s helped build the conquistador image of basic feature of the Black legend. A pesar de los esfuerzos belicosos de Francia e Inglaterra, la esfera de influencia español se desarrolló hasta convertirse en un imperio que alcanzaba desde el norte de África hacia el oeste de las Américas hasta las Filipinas. Bartolomé de las Casas empezó su lucha por la reforma, recurrió a los datos apoyado a su reclamo que los españoles habían abusado de los indios. Los ejemplos que las Casas citó en su informe fueron negativos con la finalidad de incitar al gobernante y a su corte para que tomaran medidas. En su relación, las Casas se enfocó en solo un vínculo entre españoles y indios que tenían el semblante de acciones de abuso contra los nativos. Bartolomé no expuso otras de las acciones tales como los matrimonios entre ambos grupos, las verdaderas amistades que se habían desarrollado entre ellos, las uniones culturales crean lazos y obligaciones espirituales o los muchos parentescos que habían resultado por todas partes de las Américas. En su forma, las casas observó principalmente los efectos negativos del colonialismo para abogar por su caso por la reforma. Después del 1542 se promulgaron más leyes reformistas y finalmente las leyes de 1572 dijeron fin al periodo de la conquista. Spawned in the international rivalry of the 16th century, la leyenda negra grew from anti-Spanish propaganda disseminated by Spain's rivals in the Dutch lowlands, England, France, and the Germanies. Fueled by the Protestant Reformation, the propaganda underwent an anti-Catholic phase which Spain stood accused of purgatory, especially after Bartolomé de las Casas' relations acquired Spain's rivals. Anti-Catholic. Remember, we converted to Catholicism. You know what I'm saying? The Iberians. And then, and the Vatican had a lot to do with the other thing that was going on. And, you know, we got tricked, our people, and we're still being tricked. Spain stood accused of bigotry, especially after Bartolomé de las Casas' relations was acquired by Spain's rivals, predicated on the simplicities and faulty analysis of historical information. The propaganda promoted the falsehood that historic Hispanics were unequally cruel, bigoted, tyrannical, lazy, violent, treacherous, and depraved. You know, and they kicked us out of Europe too. Not just Spain, many other nations kicked us out in Europe. They kicked out the modern day Hispanics, and now we're over here with the brothers and natives, and we multiplied. And they made all this stuff about us, pretty much. In the next 4 centuries, the Black legend was kept alive, especially whenever the conflict arose between the English and Spanish-speaking worlds. In the 1800s, four events revived and perpetuated Black legend stereotypes: the Texas Revolt in 1836, the Mexican War in 1846 to 1848, the California Gold Rush with its attendant Western movement 1849 to 1856, and the Spanish-American War 1898, which was characterized by conflict and anti-Hispanic campaign during which publishers of the book and newspapers drew on the misconceptions of the Leyenda Negra for inspiration. So this is what they did. They spread propaganda against us pretty much to take so they go war so they go to war against us basically so they can invade the land. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did basically. You know, the land we're right here right now. In today's popular media, elements of the legend are obvious in newsprint, television programs, and Hollywood. Depictions of Hispanics in 4 centuries, the Black legend made the jump from a few quill-written copies of the automated and computerized production of literature and electronic media, which projects moving images in support of yesterday's propaganda. How about it speak truth? You know, the Hispanics, the Iberians, are sham Hebrew Israelites. The natives are sham Hebrew Israelites. It shall come to pass that those that call on the name of Yahweh shall be safe. For in Mount Zion, Yerushalayim shall be deliverance, as Yahweh says. Yahweh Alahayam is one. Yahweh.